Good evening, ladies. I'm really sorry that I'm a bit late. I think I did warn you earlier, but maybe not later on. So apologies. I'm late. I'm late for a very important date with you ladies, but I'm here now. Anyway, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Stephanie. I am the curator for the Amazing Women Who Don't Drink group. So if you're new, come and say hi. We love it when new ladies say hi and just, you know, don't have to say anything, just say hi and we'll all say hi back. That would be great. So every Wednesday I do Facebook Live. Sometimes I do more, but always try and pop in definitely once a week. So if you've got anything you want to ask me, please ask and I will try my best to cover it. Obviously I don't know everything, but I'll try my best to cover it based on the work that I've done, which is working with thousands and thousands of people. Hi Karen, lovely to see you this evening. Now obviously it's Christmas and I'm a bit terrible at that, as you all know, so I keep forgetting it's Christmas. But just ladies, just so that you remember, it is just one day. So if everything's getting too much and you feel overwhelmed, remember the answer is less, not more, and things that you think important aren't always important anyway. So it's stripping it back and thinking about what's important. I think I've done a couple of videos on that anyway. But tonight's video is about, hi Sheila, lovely to see you. Tonight's video is about embracing difference. This might be a little bit controversial. We'll see how we get on. It might be a little, you can ask me questions, see where we go with this. So basically, we are all unique individuals. Yes, there are similarities, but we are, you know, our own person. And I talk about that a lot. I talk about learning about you and being you and taking the time to get to know you. And, you know, obviously there's balance in that, and we, you know, we do have to conform and compromise and all those things, but not at a cost to ourselves. So we are unique individuals made up of our values and beliefs, you know, based on what's happened to us as we've grown up, based, you know, in our childhood, our adult life, our parents, you know, significant events, those types of things. And it isn't always standard that a child that's been raised by a single mother will be like this, or a child that's been raised in a family will be like this, a child that's been raised by somebody that drinks will be like this. It doesn't, you know, it isn't always like that, because obviously there's the genetic side, so it's a nature nurture debate. So that's why, you know, when people say, oh, to me, well, my parents are an alcoholic, so I'm going to be an alcoholic, I'm like, whoa, hang on a bit there. It doesn't always correspond, and there's lots and lots of different outcomes for many different scenarios. Hi Vicky, lovely to see you. So we're unique individuals made up of our own values and beliefs, with our view of the world, so our model of the world. And our thoughts create our reality. It's like the next step on from that. So take a young girl that was in a family and maybe she had older brothers and they were quite boisterous, and maybe dad was a bit boisterous, and maybe mum and dad had a really difficult divorce. She might really struggle with male relationships. She may not, she may love it, but just, you know, bear with me, she might struggle with that. So her model of the world that she's created may be that she struggles with male relationships, which will then go on to sort of impact on her thoughts and create her reality, if you see what I mean. So if you've had a difficult past and you think about your past a lot, you're going to be in the past and be in those thoughts and being those feelings, which is going to be really difficult, and it happens all the time, and we talk about it a lot. That's why we talk about being in the here and now, you know, being in today. Lots of reasons, not just about drinking, but about our emotions. So it's about, you know, focusing on today with having an eye to the future, because we can't change the past, as you know. So also, most arguments are caused by different values, different beliefs. And it isn't that, you know, so politics, religion, all those types of things that we get really passionate about because it's something that we believe, that we feel strongly about, and the other person feels exactly the same. So it's not about right or wrong, it's just about difference. So politics, religion, but also, in this group, and actually I think we're really good at it in this group, but I've seen it a lot in the last 11 years, is there are so many different ways for people to reduce, gain control, stop, even just there. So there are people that want to reduce, there are people that want to moderate, people want to drink occasionally, people that want to take a break, people that want to stop forever, be abstinent. There's a whole range in there of different people, and then you've got the different approaches as well, like the 12 step, which is almost at the opposite end of the spectrum of, I talk about habit and control, and not control, I talk about habit and choice, which is very different to the 12 step model around powerlessness. Now, it doesn't mean that I don't agree with that. I can see the value and aspects of it. I can see that it works for some people. It's just different, okay? So it's not about right or wrong, it's just different. So, and actually I think we're really good at that in this group. So that just gives you an example of the type of thing that I'm talking about. Now, I know when I talk about right or wrong, there is no right or wrong. That's quite controversial, particularly around very serious events around abuse and murder and things like that. Of course, I'm not saying that they're right or wrong. Of course they're wrong, but it's everything else really sort of sits in the grey area, and that's where we have our own code, which is based on our values and beliefs and our own morals and our own rules that we live by. And yes, there are similarities and there are cultural similarities, but essentially there's going to be differences. And then this is where the conflict comes in, which is around the difference. So this is something that it won't be applicable to all of you, just for some of you. But even if you take living in a shared house, this is a really good example. So in my 20s, I lived in a lot of shared houses with lots and lots of different people, and I was very open-minded. I'm still very open-minded, as you know, and we're all really different, and we've all got really different standards. Cleaning is the classic one, isn't it? In any home, like even if you live with your husband or your partner, your teenage children, we've all got different standards about what is okay and what isn't okay. And that can cause real conflicts, can't it? It's like, I don't understand why so-and-so just can't do the washing up, or I don't understand why so-and-so can't do the hoovering. And it's not that they're not clean or they're lazy, it's just that their standards are different. I mean, not sometimes people are lazy and sometimes people are unclean, but it's, you know what I mean. I'm giving you an example. So, husband and wife, for instance, this might be a real arguing point. It's just about difference. You are different. So, this can also happen in relationships as well, friendships, families, where, we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. I don't care what anybody says. No one is perfect. No one is perfect. And even people that think they are not. I don't believe it. So no one is perfect. So we're all human and we all make mistakes. So when you come from that viewpoint, you sort of step back and you can understand a bit more. So it's not about, you have different rules about, you do have different rules about what is okay and what isn't okay, but essentially they're all just human mistakes. Do you see what I mean? So a partner might be upset because you have a history of binge drinking, say, on a Friday night. And when you binge drink, you make mistakes. You do things that you wouldn't normally do. Maybe you get a bit aggressive, argumentative, things like that. And the partner may struggle with that, but then maybe, the partner gets into debt. So do you see what I mean? It's not about one is worse than the other. It's just you're human beings and you're different and you're struggling and it's coming out in different ways. So it's not about this hierarchy of, your drinking is worse than me getting into debt. Do you see what I mean? Or me getting into debt is worse than your drinking. It's not. So it's sort of, that's what I mean about embracing difference, and there is no right and there is no wrong. But the key point to that is remembering that we are all complex individuals made up of our own values and beliefs. So we all have our own model of the world. One of the best things you can do, particularly in a relationship and close friendships where there is difference, is to try and understand that person and understand the difference. Like really, really listen. So empathy, really take the time to sit and listen. And when you truly listen to someone, you can hear their values and beliefs, and you can hear what's important to them, and you can hear their model of the world, and that tells you everything you need to know. And hopefully what that does is it allows you to understand that person, which takes away all these issues around complex conflict, so you're able to embrace difference. So that's the point that I'm trying to get to with you, okay? So if you can take the time to, where there is conflict, I'm having real trouble with my words tonight. So where there is conflict, whether that's with a friend or a parent or a sibling or a partner, even if it's just a bit frustrating, a bit abrasive, it's not quite working, just take the time to listen, like really listen to them and understand what's going on in their world. How do they see the world? Their thoughts create their reality. So, and take a moment to really understand what that might be like for them, and then that will enable you to see them very differently and understand that actually it's not about right or wrong, that it's just that they're different. So it's about just accepting that, they're different, we're different. There are similarities, but we are different, and that's okay. There is nothing wrong with that, okay? So I hope some of that helps you in this holiday period. Katya's got a question for me. What if their behaviour is a pattern of oh, absolutely, yeah, I'm not talking about that. In terms of violence and abuse and things like that, that's completely different. If somebody is being abusive to you, then you absolutely need to protect yourself and be boundaried, and there is no way that you should accept that at all. I'm not talking about the very serious things, I'm talking about sort of general life stuff. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, Katya. Okay, I was going to say something, but I've forgotten what I was going to say. I am going to do a giveaway tomorrow, but I will post and be specific about the time, so it helps people. I'm going to give away a free 21-day program. So anybody who's interested in doing the 21-day program, keep your eyes peeled in the morning, and I will put the time on there. Oh yeah, it's come back to me. So one of the things that's reminding me about this, so it sounds really simple and insignificant, but it's an example of where we do this quite a lot in life. So as you know, I love music and I love dancing, and I'm a little bit of a music snob. So because I've been very spoilt and I have a lot of I've grown up around a lot of amazing music, if I go to an event and the music isn't good, then what I can tend to do without thinking is saying the music's shit, I don't like the music, when actually what I should be saying is the music isn't to my taste. So it's different, but probably most of the people there do enjoy it. It's just that I don't, because it's different. So I hope that makes sense. So as always, ladies, any questions, just ask. Otherwise, I will see you soon. Judith, thanks, Stephanie. Happy Christmas. Yes, happy Christmas to everyone. I will be in definitely on Christmas Day. So yeah, but I will keep you posted about that anyway. All right, thanks, ladies. Take care.